Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Jordan Sharp. And today we're going to be looking at how those odds have been acting up for the game between the New Orleans Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers. How you doing today, Jordan?
I'm doing good, Dax. Thanks, man.
All righty, man. So lines makers opened this one up favoring the Steelers at -4. And since then, that line's gone up to -4.5 and in some cases -5. The Saints 4-7 straight up and 4-7 against the spread. The Steelers a little bit better with a 7-4 straight up, but a 5-6 against the spread record. Now the Saints are getting Kenny Stills back, so that should be a little bit of help for Breeze in this case. But still, man, I mean, they've been so disappointing throughout this entire season. No wins at home, no wins on the road. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. I don't understand what's going on with this team. I would believe that maybe this might hopefully be Rob Ryan's last year in the team. Because, honestly, his defense was awesome, a couple years ago, and then it just went down the drain and, they haven't been able to do nothing. As for the offensive side, yeah, they're still putting up points and they're still, trying to make it go, but they're struggling way too much. Now, I mean, 5 points doesn't seem like much for the Steelers the way that they've been playing lately. I mean, Le'Veon Bell's running the ball like crazy. Martavius Bryant is catching balls. Brown is catching balls. Miller is catching balls again. That guy's like, 100 years old? So, I mean, I'm thinking that the Steelers do really have a big chance in this, and 5 points aren't that much, The only deal is that the Saints, they might show up in this game. I just don't know what to expect, man. What do you think?
Yeah, the question is what the Saints are going to do, I think, more so than the Steelers. I think you pretty much know what you're going to get from the Steelers, 3-2 against the spread at home this season. But the Saints have won their only game as an away underdog this year as well. So they won it against the spread, excuse me. So that's also a little bit of an interesting note. And I think you touched on it. The variable in this game is by far the New Orleans defense. If the New Orleans defense comes to play and can at least slow down one aspect of the Pittsburgh offense, whether it be the ground game or the passing game, I think you're going to see New Orleans cover this spread. But if not, yeah, I think Pittsburgh's probably going to win this game by a touchdown. So all boils down to the New Orleans defense. They're your team. Do you think they're going to pack it with them to Pittsburgh this week?
Man, they haven't been packing that since the beginning of the season. I don't know what the hell's going on with them. I mean, I'm always going to be a diehard Saints fan, man. No matter if they're winning or losing, I'm always going to be behind them and all. The deal is, I'm not going to risk my money on them. It just doesn't sound like a sound thing to do. Obviously, a lot of people recommend, stay away from betting on your home team or whatever. But, in this case, even though if they were winning games, I just can't find the way to actually put my money on in this case with them. I think that the Steelers right now at -5 is a pretty good value. But like we've said, I mean, if the Saints defense shows up, then it might be a different story. It's just that we haven't seen them show up in so long, man. It's just, I don't know, man. It's kind of like, expecting to see a shooting star, and you might see, you might not. I mean, it's really one of those things that comes down to the game time. I mean, it really matters if they are coming in pumped up and if they are coming in, with an idea to get that extra win to see if they can take the division lead. But then again, it kind of seems like they don't even want it. The way that I've seen it right now, it's just, it would be a really depressing scene to actually see them make the division leaders at a down record or a losing record in this case. I'm sticking with my guns, and if I had to pick in this case, I'm taking the Steelers, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to talk you out of it by far. Pittsburgh playing at home, obviously a pretty good team, and the Saints, except for really, weeks 8 and 9 against the Packers and the Panthers, where they held the Packers to 23 and the Panthers to only 10. Those were the 2 weeks they looked the best. But then, like you said, in the last 3 weeks, they've just looked awful. Yeah. And the defense has been the main perpetrator of that. So question is whether or not they're going to pack it. I don't know. Obviously, those last 3 games were at home, though. So who knows? Maybe going on the road could help them here. But they're only 1-3 on the road, so I don't know. It's just they're probably the biggest mystery of football this year, just how inconsistent they've been with the talent that they have. So yeah, I think you're right. I think Rob Ryan's days in New Orleans are numbered, and probably a good play to go with the Steelers here.
Yep, I agree, man. All right, Jordan, as always, man, it's a pleasure talking football with you, and let's do this again next week, man.
All right, thanks, Dax.
No problem. For SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.